Welcome to the ITM Podcast.
This is episode 381 of the ITM Podcast, the official Boston Red Sox podcast of our neighbors to the north. My name is Joey Copponi, that's Scott Neville, and the Boston Red Sox. They won another series. Scott, how you doing?
Good.
That's it? That's all you got? You're good?
What else you want me to say?
Give it to me, brother.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Yeah, get on over to the YouTube. We're on the road to 1,000. If you want to be a part of the journey, if you want to get a free signed baseball signed by Scott, enter for your chance to win by doing nothing other than subscribing on the YouTube and DMing us and saying, hey, I subscribed on the YouTube. Any shot that I could get a ball signed by Scott? Or maybe it's not signed by Scott. Can I just get a ball shipped to your house?
Select
on
your
Scott's
preference.
time.
I just said pick your preference. It could be
either way.
signed by me, or it could be for batting practice. I'm sure the vast majority would want the signed ball.
Do you think you could do it like you do like a potato? You know what I mean? Where you can like just put
Sign
a
sign
sticker?
a potato?
No, I mean like a potato. You can mail a potato in the United States of America without like putting it in an envelope. You can just like hand the mailman a potato, and like if you write like the address on the potato, they'll take it.
Like, that's true.
And did I make that up, or is that a dream I had? Hold on.
I mean, that sounds like a dream you've had for sure. It doesn't sound like
mail potato, no envelope.
or packaging.
Yes, you can mail a naked potato through USPS without a box or an envelope. They allow unwrapped potatoes and coconuts as official exceptions to standard container rules.
What made those exceptions? That's what I want to know. Is like, it's one thing if they never made a rule for it, but what made them be like, wait, we got to be able to mail these potatoes. You just shouldn't have to put that in a box.
And then somebody else was like, if you can mail a potato, I can mail a coconut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they were like, okay, but that's it.
Yes, but that's the last one. That's the last exception. And then another guy walks in with a sweet potato. He's like, this definitely counts, right? And they're like, absolutely not. We said potato.
You said you went in, you went apple, and someone went, shut up, Joey. Dude, stop. All right? We're done with the thing. All right? That's obviously not an apple. That's so stupid.
We'll mail you a baseball the same way, maybe, if we can. We'll write your address right on the baseball and see if it works. We'll give it a go anyway. Welcome to the show, everybody.
As the
right on there.
You know? Yeah.
Right on there. We have a big show for you guys today as the Boston Red Sox win yet another series. We are going to, of course, talk about them winning that series. Their, what is it, 5th out of 6 series, Scott? 6 out of
6 in a row.
8? 6 in a row. And it's 8 of the last 10? Think it's something like that. Sure. It's one of those. We'll figure out the numbers as we go here. We are also, of course, going to talk most of this show about the Connelly Early Curtis Mead trade, what that means for the Red Sox, our general reactions, and a lot more quotes that came out around this trade. We are going to talk about some of the rumors of Sox interest, because rumors are swirling. It is hot stove season, dude, kind of. And there's some interesting reports to go over. And, of course, we're going to look ahead to the upcoming series against the homeless Athletics. Now, Scott, I don't want to talk about the series first. I said we were going to talk about the series first. I don't want to talk about the series first. I would much rather talk about the Connelly Early trade. You texted me last night, but it was also Saturday night, so I'm assuming you were...
No.
Knitting. No.
Wasn't
Not
knitting. I don't have any yarn.
Shit. What were you doing?
I actually didn't. I golfed in the Cape, but we got back by like 11 o'clock and didn't go out.
Wow.
We got food. We got dinner, but like that's very chill. It was on the water. There were mudslides.
Mm.
Good mudslides.
Because you sent me a text that just said, I am sad. And I thought 100%, I'm like, that's sent from a dance floor. He is he is in the middle of some lasers and lights, and he is the only person standing still in the room, and he is looking down. Just texted me the words, I am sad.
I'll tell you, that would have happened had I been out. Like, that's pretty much what happened with Bregman.
Yeah, it is. This was maybe the first moment since Bregman where this happened, where we see breaking the Boston Red Sox, and you go, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck, have traded. Oh, shit. Connelly Early. Oh, whoa. To the Washington Nationals, and then you go, holy shit, did we just get CJ Abrams? Oh, what the fuck? For Curtis Mead. And then I saw the biggest heart-stopping moment for me was that there was a period there. I went, oh, like that's the end of that sentence. That was kind of my instant reaction. This is going to be maybe the most impossible trade to out of the gate, like, give a grade to. I don't envy anybody who has to do like a grade this trade thing, because it's a 1-for-1. How are you possibly gonna point to two guys who have such little time on a big league field, who have had such highs, and also presented a handful of question marks?
This is a trade involving a player that was sent out that is signed through 2031 for a player that is signed through 2030. So for anyone to confidently say that this will be a good or bad trade is just obviously guessing. I have a lot of opinions on the trade. I will say, similar. So what you said, I had a slightly different experience where I just read it like I didn't have that. I saw it like probably 15 minutes later than it happened.
Mm-hmm.
I got a tweet sent to me that just said, and when you send a tweet and then there's like the caption, you get like both kind of things.
Yeah.
So I got tweet sent, you've been sent a Jeff Passan tweet, and then this is terrible. And I was like, oh man. And I was like,
oh no,
changing or something. So there was like a minute before I opened it after seeing that. And I was like, this either is bad for the Red Sox. And then I was like, well, maybe this is bad for the MLB, but it's not bad for, like, I was sitting there being like,
was this a Red Sox fan who sent this to you?
Yes.
Okay.
But he would also send me just baseball. Like, it would have been the same exact thing if Skubal was traded to the Dodgers. And that obviously doesn't impact us directly as much.
Right.
Like, I knew this was going to be bad. Or like, now I'm not even necessarily saying this was a bad trade, but like, I knew the reaction from that person was it was a negative baseball thing happened in their opinion.
Right.
And I was just hoping it had nothing to do with the Red Sox. And then I opened it and saw that the Red Sox were the first word, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. Here's something that reinforced my feeling, because my gut feeling was, I think, I would imagine anyway, that people on both sides of this trade, I don't really hear from Nationals fans much, but I would imagine people on both sides of this trade, or if there are any, or like just the fact that it's a 1-for-1, like both sides of any 1-for-1 trade are going to feel like they got fleeced because they have a relationship with their player. They've felt the highs with their player. And I think, at least in this case, both sides would feel like, oh man, like I don't want to get rid of that guy. They were saying that like the Nats front office was like damn near shedding a tear over the idea of trading him away, which is banana lands. But the thing that really reinforced my what the fuck did Craig just do feeling was not the story about how the Nats front office was sitting there saying a eulogy for him during his final at bat yesterday. But it was it was reported that the Nats were not looking to move Curtis Mead. And like by all accounts, this offer blew them away. They were intending to not move Curtis Mead. The Red Sox called and they went, oh, shit, maybe we can. If you talk a team into selling a player, you almost certainly are overpaying it.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm landing on right now, and this may change in time, Scott, it is probably the most likely trade of all time to have an ending that none of us see coming. But at this moment, my general takeaway, if I had to be quoted, if I had to make a quote card for myself on just summarizing the whole feeling of the trade, it's, did the Red Sox get better? Yes. Did they overpay for it? Also, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly how I feel. And it's something that, like, this is the very similar example to the Caleb Durbin trade right now, which is like at the time it just felt not great, period. But right now, who would have helped your 2026 season more? Having Caleb Durbin, who's arguably your like third or fourth best position player, which I know it's come a long way, whatever. Or Kyle Harrison, who has a 3.01 ERA, but their WARs are basically the same, and he'd be the fifth or sixth pitcher. Like, he might not have even broke camp with the Red Sox had he stayed in Boston. I don't think he would have. So there is in these situations, like you could both sides can kind of win if it's a similarly valued trade.
Speaking of the value of this trade, Scott, our good friend Craig, who have neither of us ever spoken to Craig Breslow?
No.
I haven't. You
No.
have? Okay. I mean, not many people have from what I hear. I mean, when was the last time you saw like Sean McAdam report like, a Breslow quote? Like, it doesn't have, like, if he says something, he says it, unless like Rob Bradford corners him like on the field. But like, I don't know that's an exception to me. That's like a little bit different because I don't know, whatever. But he said today, Mr. Breslow did, quote, trying to find an opportunity to win a trade is not nearly as easy as maybe it would have been at another point. And instead, in this position, I've tried to shift to our goal is not to win the trade. Our goal is to make our major league team better. End quote. Get a lot of praise online for that. Tony Maserati praised this quote. How nuts is that?
It's difficult to do. Hard
to do in this town here. But that is the position that they're in. If they're in a position where they have as good a shot as anyone in the American League to make a deep run, to represent the American League in the World Series, that's the kind of move you need to make. It's just not usually a 1-for-1 when you're talking about a trade where you probably overpaid, but you got better. That's where it feels hard. So off.
Yeah, I agree. That's really hard. That's usually prospect capital because it's just it's right now to overpay when you swapped major league players. You basically said you got worse unless it is like this. So I think both things are true in this scenario if Curtis Mead does what he's been doing, which we'll get into. But yeah, I thought the quote was good. And also what I liked, like the full quote, actually listening to like the full quote, what he basically was saying, where he said like, it might have been easier in other points and that like you can't really, I don't worry as much about winning a trade anymore. What he was talking about was in 2026, they all kind of have the same tools and evaluations across the league. And so it's very rare to make a fleecing in 2026 because everyone has so much information and the same information roughly. So you're never going to be able to trade the 20th prospect for the 70th prospect. Right. It's just not possible. So you can't trick anyone right now. So although there have been a couple guys out there that seemingly have been duped, a couple of GMs, sure. But I get that. I like that perspective of like, you know what, like we have an objective. We're trying to get a right-handed bat in this lineup, and that's more important than like, did we win the surplus value of that guy that tweets every trade and whether it's rejected of a model or not.
Yeah. And it's I think it's literally, like I said, like it's just the fact that it's a 1-for-1, because like if they had given up, 4 prospects for Curtis Mead, we'd go, oof, it's a lot. No matter who they are. We would just go, oof. 4 guys. Jeez. All right. Well, hey, the team is better now.
Yep.
But when you subtract from the major league roster, especially a guy who started a playoff game for you, like the last playoff game you played in. Yep.
I didn't mean that could have been after you finished your sentence, but it helps me that he's hurt right now mentally.
Yes, and
feels like less of a subtraction.
And I don't know if you saw this, that the Nats said like they're having their doctors look, and the way they said it was that they were hopeful he will pitch again this year.
Yeah, that was kind of
hopeful.
Crazy. But he also is throwing already, so I don't know. But yeah, I that was interesting. It's a deal for 2030 through 2031, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah. But yeah, do you want me to rattle off a bunch of stuff about this or no?
Yeah. Rattle off some stuff. I'm looking to pull up a stat right now anyway, and I'm having a little trouble finding it, so that'd be great.
Okay, so with this trade, like I don't think it's my sadness came from how much I was a fan of Early and this young pitching staff, but this trade is unique and interesting, and it will make them better in 2026, I believe. Here are my thoughts. I kind of went negative and then into positive. So the biggest thing for me that is scary is that you traded a guy that you feel very comfortable with the floor of in Early for Curtis Mead, whose offense came out of nowhere this year. And yes, he was a top prospect a few years ago, but we have multiple years of that not being, him falling off a cliff. And he was DFA'd in March. Like, this is a guy that could have been had for free in March. So you're banking on 4 good months and hoping that that's going to carry out through 2030 for this trade to make sense. His defensive metrics are so strange. Last night when the trade happened, I was 100% sure, okay, unique profile for a DH, but they got a DH. That's, and that is what it is. Today, the Red Sox were like, no, he's a second baseman. We think he can play second. He was horrible at first, and he was bad at third. But oddly, his biggest weakness was range. And so it's like all of those things are like, okay, what do you do? He can't play the corners, but his biggest hit was range. So he's certainly in the middle infield feels questionable. He has no arm. He's 10th percentile arm. So second moving from third, which has been his primary position, over to second will help a little bit. But he was still, again, he was a terrible defensive first baseman. So that's not the problem either. He does have some semblance and limited action of success at second base, which is kind of a little similar to what we did with Durbin, where it was like, yeah, he wasn't great at second, but we think he can play third, and it turned out that worked really well. So you're hoping you get that effect. But the only thing I could find is that, and this, I have no idea if this matters, but his metrics were a lot worse going toward third base, like when he played third. So maybe, and he has range concerns, so maybe you move him over towards second base a little more and just let him go left, because he seems to be better going to his left. And his positioning was very far left when he did play second. So I guess maybe if you have him play second base and you have him always moving to his left, he might be all right, which is also good because the throws get shorter.
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, I think he might be able to play second, and if not, he's a big bat. He's 25, signed through 2030, as I've said a few times. So that's good stuff. He is going to dominate at Fenway. All of his home runs basically go to left field. There's a lot of outs that will be wall balls in left field. I think that 250 average can go up. He's built like a pull air guy. He's also on this. Now that he's technically on the Red Sox, he's second in home runs, only behind Contreras. He's second in on base percentage of the qualified guys. Little side note: we only have 5 qualified hitters in the Red Sox lineup. That shows you how much shakeup there's been. And he's fourth in extra base hits behind Contreras, Abreu, and Rafael. So, this is a guy that's going to be a key piece of your offense.
Going back to his defensive role real quick, he's for sure going to be the guy who gets moved around for what is best for the lineup. There are going to be days that he plays second. There are going to be days that he DHs, and it is to fit in the other pieces of the lineup needed around him. He will be on the move defensively. He is not going to get comfortable anywhere. They'll play him at second. They might play him at third, get Durbin off his feet for a day or two here or there. If they really need to, they could even play him at first, get Contreras off his feet, get Contreras DHing. If you can get both of them into the lineup while, I guess you don't really need to do that to get them both in the lineup unless you really needed Andrew Monasterio or something in the lineup to put him in second. But he is going to be at the will of whatever is best for the team defensively, no doubt. He's going to be moved around.
Yeah, I think he'll, like you said, predominantly play second, but sure, he can. The thing is, people will go, well, he can technically play anywhere in the infield, but he's not good at any of it. So what good does that do? He's comfortable, he knows the positions and how to, the positioning of the positions, and that's great. He's not going to be stellar anywhere, but maybe second base is your best shot. It's been a weakness for a long time. You also, by the way, not to get on a different tangent, but this says a lot about if they are going to try and push him as the second baseman, there's a lot of futures that need to be talked about that are not safe. But my last point on Mead, and then I have a little bit about Early. You wanted a big bat to come into this organization, and I think there were guys like Shea Langoliers. This offseason, you wanted Pete Alonso. Rafael Devers was the guy that it is the hole that this was initially fell off of, or Alex Bregman. There were even rumors this week about could you get Bobby Witt Jr. All of those players have a lower OPS than Curtis Mead. He's not a name. He's not even close to a name. You saw that, you went, who the hell is Curtis Mead? But this year, those are the guys, Shea Langoliers, Pete Alonso, Rafael Devers, Bobby Witt, Alex Bregman. He's better than all of those guys offensively. And just for fun, also Bryce Harper. I saw that one. There's no tie there, but he's a higher OPS than Bryce Harper this season. So all of that is very interesting. He's much better versus lefties than righties, but he still has an 817 OPS versus righties. The biggest thing is that his average drops from 276 to 236, but his OPS goes from 897 to 817, so he's still raking versus righties. Obviously, that's important. I don't know if you want me to go into the early stuff, if you have any take on that.
Yeah, real quick, because I had a similar thing prepared. Guys that Curtis Mead has a higher slugging percentage than most of the guys you just mentioned. Pete Alonso, Mike Trout, Rafael Devers, Bryce Harper, Corbin Carroll, Freddie Freeman, Shea Langoliers, Nick Kurtz.
That's also not going to go down at Fenway.
Yeah. So, yeah, the question is not is he having a good year? That's not the question. It's will that translate over, and for how long? And is there a spot for him on the team defensively? Because you saw Christian Campbell just not fit anywhere, and it play a role in why he didn't stick around here. It wasn't the primary role whatsoever, but it was part of the reason.
I think if he hits like that, though, the DH spot makes a lot of sense. So there's a little bit of safety, at least for this year.
Yeah.
DH is wide open. They don't want to do it for some reason. They want to see if he can play second, get the most out of the trade, but at least you have that for 2026.
Yeah.
With Early, so the question to me, the question is not did this team get better? It's what they gave up worth it? Early at a 3.44 ERA this year. That's a very good pitcher. And for a team that's absolutely stacked on pitching, the fact that kind of guy could be a 4 or 5 pitcher is insane and such a crazy advantage to have on the rest of the league to be able to say this is the rotation we're rolling out. And these are the depth guys. These are guys that were fighting for spots in the rotation. Peyton Tolle had to get called up mid-season this year. These are the surplus you have. But he had a 4.61 FIP and a 4.35 expected ERA this season. There are pitchers that always, Michael Walker is one I was talking about. He always has, hey, this according to the metrics, he's going to blow up today, and then he does it. And this is the year he has a 5 ERA. Oh no, he's still really, really good. But Early was trending that way, and we were starting to see him give up home runs a start. So good pitcher. Disappointed we lost him, but you made a notable offensive upgrade if Curtis Mead is who he's been. And you're already looking this year at Gray, Suarez, Tolle, Bennett, and then Sandoval/Bayo for that 5th spot with Crochet potentially coming back for the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean,
you can be all right. Next year, Crochet, Suarez, Tolle, Bennett, and then I'm going to put in Anthony Ianson, who has a 1.13 ERA between high A and double A, which I know it's been 15 games, but that guy is maybe the best prospect we've had in a long time. With Cutter and Houck existing, and possibly Gray, if that's really becoming something that was not even that it was such the easiest 1-year deal of all time, and now it's something where he could possibly come back. But we're in a good spot there.
I mean, next year's going to be great. Yeah, because I was about to point out Houck and Crawford are just sitting there too. We haven't thought about them because we haven't needed to. But what an amazing luxury that we aren't sitting here going oh man, if only Cutter was here.
You forget they exist.
Yeah.
And by the way, I thought that Craig was on his way out the door. It was just a matter of do they fire him at the deadline? Do they fire him in September, or what point of the offseason? Now the team's so good that Breslow is seemingly going to at least get another run at this, you'd think. And as much as that people can feel differently about that, the one thing you can't feel is, you can't deny that his pitching prowess is there, his ability to develop pitching and find pitching. So I'm less I'd be more worried about the Early trade, knowing that this surplus of pitching development could potentially go with Craig's departure this offseason. But now that it looks like he's going to get an extended run at this, we can find more guys. Yeah.
Craig said something really interesting, and by really interesting, I mean I'm not sure if I believe it. He said that this is a move that they would have made even without this turnaround. I'm not sure that I totally buy that. I'm not sure he would have even been given the leash to make a deal like this.
Yeah.
If he was not the guy for a little bit. Because if you are on the hot seat, in what world are you given the go-ahead to trade a guy with 5 years of control and to get a guy who is high risk to the point of being very possible to fall back below replacement level, who you also have for 5 to 6 years? You wouldn't be given that leash.
To your point, Mead has a 2 WAR this season.
Yeah.
Do you know what his career WAR is?
Probably less than that.
1.9. So every he was a negative WAR player entry this year. He got DFA'd this offseason. The Red Sox are putting a lot of stock into Curtis Mead. His swing, as everyone is saying, and admittedly everyone loves to say this, but any righty that comes to Boston, but it is built for Fenway. It's power, pull power. Like, that's what you want.
Yeah.
He's, there's going to be a lot of doubles out there. There's going to be a lot of homers out there. Although his 40th percentile speed may be a Monasterio situation where he keeps just banging them off the wall, but so hard that it just becomes a long single. Like,
Yeah.
that guy leads the league in doing that.
I don't really understand why the game isn't as simple as the Red Sox have a big wall in left field. They should have righties who hit the ball hard. And the New York Yankees have a short porch in right field. They should have a lot of lefties that hit the ball hard. And for whatever reason, both of those teams just consistently do the opposite. Like,
yeah, like if they had traded, not that this would have been a straight swap, but a Judge for Devers trade would have been like insane.
Makes a ton of sense for everybody.
I mean, people always talk about the Ted Williams, Joe DiMaggio, how like that was something that was always talked about. Like they should flip, they should flip. But it is true that there's so many like all-star caliber guys that come here from the right side, most of them for 1 year.
Yep.
Were good before, not great. Yeah. Dominate here, and then go back to being good, like 80% of that. But still, they're such good players. They're still fringe all-stars at 80% of their peak. But you saw it with Bregman. You saw it with Beltre. JD Martinez was a guy that stayed, but like you saw him come here and absolutely dominate for a good run there.
Justin Turner, is that crazy to say?
Yeah, no, Justin Turner absolutely makes sense because he was retirement level the year after. And in that case, he was also retirement age, but he's also retirement age with us. So like you see it. That's another great 1 year wonder for the Red Sox. You see it all the time. And there's even guys like Hunter Renfroe, Tyler O'Neill. Like that's something that is repeated. You get a good hitter and he becomes great here.
I mean, yeah, dude, I'm looking at Justin Turner. He was only here for 1 year, which feels so wrong. It was 2023.
What was his OPS the year before?
His OPS went from 788 with the Dodgers to 800 with the Red Sox.
Okay. What did he do the year after?
737.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
So he made the exact, it was just exactly that it had a peak with the Sox and then right back down. That's what happens. And I'm sure the splits would paint the same story. It's amazing that like it's since Manny really has I guess JD probably is the answer.
Give JD.
Yeah. Just a consistent right-handed power bat that you can just rely on. And there is a real sense of like, where have you been all my life with Wilson Contreras? Like where?
Yeah, I was gonna say we didn't even
5-6 years.
Didn't even mention him. He's the prime example that's in our face every day. He's like 31, having the best year of his career.
He is not 31.
33.
He was on the 16 Cubs.
33 probably. 34. Damn.
Okay. Yeah. It's like this is like the end of Wilson's career, which is like incorrect, but not incorrect. I think anything after 32 is like.
I'll say this. If your age 34 season is your career year, there are probably some external factors that help that. And I would give the ballpark one of them. Yeah. He's been raking everywhere, but when you get to call this place home and you bat from the right side, there's an advantage.
Were we talking about Curtis Mead with this? Is that how we got here? Yes, that he has a pull pop, power pop. Another thing,
pop boy, pop star.
Oh man, dude, watch this.
That was sick, bro.
Any second.
That was
Bless
sick.
you. Thank you.
I'm glad you told me to watch that.
I couldn't get the thought out without getting it out. Sorry, man. That's just this gross thing that I do sometimes. The Nats were also saying that Curtis Mead is like having another coach.
Yeah.
In the dugout.
You all right?
They said that. They said, yeah, I just got a text. Are you okay? From downstairs.
You sneeze so loud that people
I
in the
think I
house
woke
are worried
somebody
about
up.
you.
Yeah. I'm good. Wow. They're saying that Curtis Mead's like having another coach in the dugout, like the kind of guy who his
That's interesting.
peers all say that he's the most likely to be a manager one day. The bullpen coach was saying that he was like predicting the other team's moves before he could, which pretty cool.
Okay.
So that's the kind of guy you're getting. You're getting a baller. And let me tell you something else about him, Scott. He was asked, like, what song do you hate hearing in the ballpark the most? Like, what song you most tired of hearing? Do you want to guess what this cat said?
Sweet Caroline.
Caroline, man. He's like, yeah, I could do without that. Yeah, no, thank you. No more of that.
Can I say that a couple months ago, or I don't know, whenever they played the Nationals, if you remember, he was running first to second and ran so far outside of the baseline to get hit by Contreras' throw.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
And I, at that point, deemed him my Josh Naylor.
Dude, that was Curtis Mead?
Yeah, and I never thought that was going to come back to matter in my life.
Wow. Dude,
So
let me tell you how long you could have got away with that forever. I remember you saying, like, this is my Josh Naylor. I hated that move.
And I just hated his stance and his face. I just hated everything about him.
And now he's our guy.
I respect the offense, but yeah, that's going to be tough. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. I don't know that I'm ready to walk that back, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm curious how I feel when I see his face in uniform and he's doing his stupid little stance where he does this.
Does it help you to know that he's Australian? Did you know this?
I did.
Yeah, it hasn't helped up to this point.
No, it's funny too, because like in World Baseball Classic, he's a guy that I would just go, dude, like Australia's best player is this like career 4A guy that like shouldn't be there in the second overall pick or the first overall pick, 2 or 3 years ago that hasn't really played in the big leagues yet. And I'm like, look at this joke of a team and line up. Look, they got Curtis Mead batting third.
I was right. You're saying about him. I hate to say it, but like I do get it. I get it.
He was in the World Baseball Classic. I was so sure of that, but it was such a like, how would I know that? But he did hit a crucial momentum shifting 3-run home run against Czechia on March 5th, 2026.
That sounds like him. Yeah, it sounds like something he would do.
Hits. Yeah.
Scott, let me ask you this: does this change anything for Trevor's story? People say it does, and like I get it because like you're putting a staple of the lineup into the infield, but I have a hard time seeing that it truly does.
I mean, Monasterio is the one that would get directly impacted in terms of getting replaced at shortstop potentially. Yeah. If Meyer were to come back,
Chang obviously it was affected him. He was optioned.
They did replace a shortstop, replace it with a shortstop. So I'll give you that. I think if he was a DH, I think that would hurt him more. Well, no, I could see it. Well, because like the carousel goes around where it's like Mead is at second, which means there's only one spot for like Monasterio, maybe Meyer, maybe Story. And then there's the DH situation where Yoshida's already going to bat against righties probably. To be honest, it could be a Story Yoshida platoon at DH, which would be hilarious. And I'm more
thinking for next year, like it's gonna be Meyer.
There's a crunch.
Yeah, I mean Meyer's gonna be back.
Well, then yes.
So
then yes, it would absolutely.
Durbin, Meyer, Mead, or is Mead at DH? And then what happens to Yoshida? Or do you keep Yoshida at DH, keep him at second, move on from Story a year early? There's
Yoshida is locked in. We know that you can't.
He's not
kill
going
that
anywhere.
Guy. They have tried, or actually, not and they. Everyone else has been like he won't last. I mean, if you remember, people were talking about him as an off-season cut candidate because they were like, "There's no room for Bregman and Devers on this roster," and he outlasted both of them, which would have been 1 to 1,000,000 odds if you could have bet on that.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? I mean, it was a debate of like, okay, Bregman and Devers are third in DH. We don't know who's going to be who yet. We do know this means really bad news for Yoshida. I'll be lasting them all.
Yeah, he did. It was never a question. I never a doubt, never a worry over here. Yeah, I wish I didn't look this up, or wish I said this before I looked it up. But I was gonna be like, you can't kill Matsutake. Like, you can't trade him, and no matter how hard you try, he's gonna show up with a 109 OPS plus. And I wish before I didn't look before I said that. It's a 107 this year. It's what he does. He's going to show up. He's going to be a little better than average, and it's going to be some real hot streaks in there. But for the most part, he's pretty consistent. Doesn't really get too cold. And my God, man, it's just I feel horrible for him. Horrible. I see in his eyes like he's wasting the prime years of his career and his life in a place where he is not. He's not getting the playing time he expected to at all.
I felt that way. But now he's getting decently regular playing time. Like, he's never really done it. I will say his maybe best trait. He might be the best in the MLB at not needing to see major league pitching to keep hitting. Like, he will take 4 or 5 games off, come in and get 3 hits. Like, it's that I think is his genuine best trait, is the fact that he is the perfect bench guy. Doesn't need playing time, always ready.
But by that argument, you could say maybe you don't need to sit that guy if he's always ready to go. You know what I mean? Like, has this challenge just been latent sitting on the bench? If he could hit 10 home runs a year, yeah. Whatever. I don't need Masa hitting 1 home run a year, dude. How many does he have this year, Scott? Gun to your head. Real
4.
Actual gun to your head.
4.
It's 4. What about last year, though?
2?
4.
Really?
Yeah. What about the year before that?
Power. He hit a much bigger power year that year than I realized. The year before that?
Yeah.
How many games did he play?
The year before that, he played 108. He didn't hit 108. He played 108. Yeah.
Okay, 11?
10.
Oh, man.
And in 2023, his age 29 season, which is funny that we had Masa in his 20s. That's funny to me. 2023, he played. First of all, this was bonkers to me to see. Played 140 games, and he hit 15 home runs.
Well, I remember having the take of like he could hit 20 home runs after his rookie year, his age 29 rookie year, but still.
Also in that year, his age 29 rookie year, 109 OPS plus, even with the 15 homers and the 109 OPS plus. Yep. It's exactly who he is.
What he hit.
So anyway, that is the Masataka Yoshida segment that you guys all expected when you put on this episode of this show. Yeah, I mean that's a majority of my thoughts here on this whole trade. I don't know what else I can really say. He will be playing second base out of the gate. Durbin did say that he was willing to move over to second. That's obviously not going to happen. Like Scott mentioned,
don't.
Curtis's defense is far from his strong point. It is a liability almost. He will start at second.
No,
my guess
not
is
almost.
It is. It's a liability. He's bad at, in the field, and we will see that. And my guess is that he will probably get more DH time than not. Hence the Masataka Yoshida speech. So welcome to Boston, Curtis Mead, and to Connelly Early. Fucking see you, man.
Hey, he was in the Army. That was a good way to do it.
That's why I did it, because he went to West Point.
Yeah.
So I gave him a salute. Get on over to the YouTube if you want to see that salute.
That's not the same as being in the Army, but it's pretty close.
I think it's worse. Sox win another series. Do you have anything to say about this series? God, the series was so good. The series where they won. I didn't see the second game, Scott. I didn't see it at all. I had a horrible Saturday. I was all over the place. I went to children's birthday parties. Parties. I went to 2 of them, and I went to a baby shower, and I went to minor league baseball. So I did not see it, Scott. But I checked my phone. It was 5-0, and I said to the people I was with, I said, Sox are down 5-0, and it got jump scares out of people. People said, "Holy shit, who's pitching? What's going on?" So
it's good. That's a good heat check for us.
Yeah, it actually is. Because like if I said that 2 months ago, like Sox are down 5-0, people would have gone, they suck. Fuck them. They blow. These people heard the Sox were losing, and they were like, "That has to be a mistake." What? How is that possible?
They have the second wild card right now.
They do. And I think if the Yankees have lost, they are 4.5 games behind the Yanks.
And now they got Curtis Mead.
Oh, which is just gonna fucking change things, man. Yeah, 4.5 games. They're 7.5 games back of the Rays, which feels like it got significantly bigger somehow. I feel like it was smaller than that. I feel like there was a time where it was 6 games back of the division. And now 4.5 games back of the Yankees.
1.5 games above Cleveland for the second spot, who, by the way, are 3-7 in their last 10 with a 5-game losing streak. So it's a nice little gap that's been created for us. Sox
host the first wild card, or not the first wild card. They host the wild card. You think? Like, do they overtake the Yankees?
I don't think they get the Yankees. I do think they will play the Yankees.
Yeah, you think so? Your vote right now is Sox Yankees in the Bronx for the wild card.
Yeah.
And who's taking up the third spot?
I guess I'll give it Seattle. Probably Cleveland or Seattle. I don't know. Seattle just has so much
Texas.
Pitching. Yeah, I don't know. That
could be something.
I don't know. It's just weird. They might even win their division by being a game over 500. That's
true.
West is brutal.
Yeah, because I mean, right now, the Rangers are 53-52, leading the division. So
yes, okay. So yeah, pretty right.
It is quite literally, yeah. 1 game over 500 is all it takes, and the Mariners are 2 under 500 and 1.5 out of a wild card. So insane. This AL is absolute dog trash, but good for us. It is good for me. I don't know what there's that impression of, but I want to talk about the future of this team, Scott, because I'll tell you, I just believed that they were going to win today coming into game 3, which is just it's beyond refreshing. Now it's confidence. It reminds me of, dare I say, there's going to be some heresy that I even utter the name of this team, this holy team. It feels a lot like 2018.
Wow.
Right now it does. Right now it does.
I mean, they don't lose.
It was
right
a
now.
year. It was a full year of this, but right now it feels like, oh yeah, like they're going to come back and win the series.
Yeah, they're 8-2 in their last 10. That's what the difference is. You know, that team did it for 162, where it was like, are they 7-3 or 8-2 or what's the deal? Did they have the worst stretch of their season and go 6-4? What happened?
Yeah. Are they okay? They have some major injury or something? What's going on? But no, man, they a series starts, and I think, they're gonna win. I hope they take them all, and there's no worry about regressing back to the mean or, not showing up for the rubber match today. Just no worry. And this is no exception. We'll get to the series preview. I don't want to jump ahead all too much. There is some other things that we do need to get to. There's some rumors this week, Scott, about Los Boston Red Sox and some of the calls that they've been making. People love to talk about the moves that were almost made. Like GMs love to talk to reporters about, hey, the Sox called. We didn't want to work with them. And the newest addition is the Houston Astros, who said, yeah, the Sox called about Jeremy Pena. We said, fuck no, we're buyers, bro. Don't even call us again. The fact that the Sox are taking swings like that and not just guys like, God bless him, I hope he does well here, Curtis Mead, makes me feel a little something, right? I guess the tingle's going a little bit. Like, that's the Sox to me. They're going after the big dogs. Even if it's the interest king shit, the fact that they're making the calls fucking matters to me, man. Because there was a time where they weren't, and I was worried that they were never going to be making those calls again. At least I'm making them.
And also something we didn't talk about earlier. I like the fact that while I didn't love that he had to learn this on the job as the active GM, he realized that trade deadline day doesn't always go your way. So let's just take a swing a little bit early. Like, you don't have to do it on that day. And if those couple hours don't go the way you planned, you just end up with nothing and the season's over. So that he was just like, you know what? Like, let's make these calls now. Like, but then we couldn't get Pena. Shea's leg exploded. So let's go get our boy Curtis Mead.
That's insane about Shea Langoliers. That's nuts, dude. Because God bless the A's. We're about to play them, dude, and it just couldn't come at a better time. I feel terrible for them, but in a season that seemed like it couldn't get any worse, for Shea Langoliers to go down with a torn meniscus, which my brother was a catcher. My brother tore his meniscus. My brother never played baseball again.
Whoa.
And my brother's a tough bastard. So I really believe it's the stupid association I have in my head where I'm like, meniscus catcher, he's done. It's over. Good career. Wonder if he's going to wear a Oakland or a Sacramento hat into the hall. But it's over.
The A's, this is probably better for the next segment, but they have a negative 125 run differential. That is almost twice as bad as the last place in the American League Angels, who have a negative 65.
Wow.
And now they lost who is by far their best player.
Yeah. Well, Nick Kurtz. They still got Nick Kurtz.
He's good, but like he didn't bat third in the All-Star game.
Probably could have.
He was in the All-Star game.
He's in the All-Star game.
That was not. Look, this is not to attack Nick Kurtz. This is. I'm just saying.
Sorry, I got a little defensive there for Nick Kurtz. Do you want to just get into the A's stuff? You want to talk about the A's now?
Yeah, well, but we got to start with the pitching preview. Which you forgot again.
Okay, folks, it is 3 games at, you guessed it, Sutter Health Park. Game 1 is going to be Peyton Tolley versus Jack Perkins. Peyton Tolley entered July with a 2.78 ERA, and this month he has a 5.40, thanks in part to his last outing in which he allowed 4 earned runs to the Orioles in 5 2/3 back on July 20th. He comes into this start with an extra day of rest. His favorite thing to do on an off day, according to the mustachioed man himself, spend the day with Connelly Early. Jack Perkins stinks a whole bunch of ass. He has just 1 scoreless appearance this year, longer than 2 innings, and it came against the Yankees, which doesn't even count. He sucks. He started his July by giving up 7 runs in 3 2/3 to the, I swear to God, Miami Marlins. four-seamer, sweeper, changeup, and some other miscellaneous slop. Game 2 is going to be Jake Bennett versus Gage Jump. Bennett takes the bump for the Sox in Game 2 as the rookie looks to extend his absolute heater. Just 6 earnies in his last 38 2/3. That's a 1.40 ERA over his last 6 starts. Bennett currently sits in the 99th percentile in walk percentage, 98th percentile in chase percentage, and 97th percentile in off-speed run value, with his changeup giving opponents a WOBA of 117. Gage Jump. Gage Jump? No, don't. You're the only A's starter with an ERA plus over 100. I mean, barely, but it is. A 4.42 ERA for the rookie, a 3.83 FIP. For Gage Jump? Before you get traded to a New York team in 2 years from now? A 9.6 K per 9 for the kid. And Game 3 is going to be Patrick Sandoval versus Jacob Lopez. That's right, folks. It's the battle of the left-handed dudes with white guy first names and Hispanic surnames who were born in California in the late 90s, who stand 6'4", underwent Tommy John surgery in the early 2020s, and are now pitching for their second major league team after moving across coast to coast. Patrick Sandoval is set to make his 4th start as a member of the Red Sox, with his first 3 being a bit of a roller coaster in the box score. 1 run to the White Sox in 4 1/3, 5 innings, 4 earned against the Rays, and most recently 4 2/3 shut against the Blue Jays. He's allowed 3 doubles on the four-seamer so far, and it is getting hit at a 353 clip. And Jacob Lopez has the fucking craziest baseball savant that I have ever seen. Go check it out or just listen to me now. Fastball velocity, 4th percentile. Average exit velo, 97th percentile. Chase percentage, 7th percentile. Hard hit percentage, 91st percentile. Walk percentage, 7th percentile. Did I already say that one? Barrel percentage, 88th percentile. K percentage, 14th. Dude sucks. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does. Dude sucks. And that is going to do it for your pitching preview. Scott?
This is a wild. This is wild.
Is that Lopez. Crazy visual, dude?
He went to the College of the Canyons. I don't even. What
the fuck is that?
That's not how they like. That's not how they do colleges. Like, that's not how they name colleges.
Name schools? No.
It's of the? Like, what college has of the in there?
Oh, man, that's funny.
Who has college first? And then of the? Like,
dude, I mean, that's the most made-up school I've ever heard of in my life. College of
from
the
Santa Clarita, not Santa Clara.
College of the Canyons, Santa Clarita, Little Clara.
In-state tuition is $1,176 in 2026.
Dude, it's a community college.
Yeah, sure, but like that's still. You can get a college degree for $1,176.
It's a
year?
public community college, yeah.
Sure, but like the public community colleges here, I
think that's how much community college costs.
Really? Am I that out of touch? I mean, I didn't look at community colleges.
1,000. Oh, well, not the 11,000 number. You're looking at 1,000.
No, that's in-state. The in-state is 1,100. Out of state is 11,000.
Yeah, wait a second.
So you can get a degree for $4,400. UMass.
The Manchester Community College.
Wait, not UMass.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Manchester Community College is 7,000.
And that's like barely in a state that's barely a state.
We're barely a school, dude.
Oh, okay. All right. The one that near me growing up, which was Massasoit, I literally typed in UMass Brockton because that's what people used to jokingly say. It says $576 for full-time enrollment.
$576?
I just straight up don't understand community college, I'm realizing.
I think it's just the same thing. I think you get a degree, but you just don't get like the fun of it. So it costs nothing.
But can you get a bachelor's degree?
Yeah.
From
Right?
I thought it was.
You can get into Major League Baseball. I know that.
But only so you can get a bachelor's degree in select state-specific programs and under a 2-2 transfer model, which makes me think that you had to do 2 years somewhere else.
Yeah, that's what a 2-2 would be.
The 2-2 transfer method, the first 2 years of general education classes and an associate's degree to lower. Okay, so you can. Wow, Jacob Lopez is my favorite Savant page.
Really go check it out. Check out the Jacob Lopez Savant. It's puzzling, to say the least. It's like he throws the ball poorly, but the result often goes his way, all things considered.
It's crazy to me that you would think to make it all the way to the big leagues as a southpaw with fourth percentile velo, I would say to make it all the way up, you would need to be the most accurate guy in Major League Baseball, and he's quite literally one of the least.
Yeah,
he walks, but now actually maybe
but
that's
nobody
not really
hits
fair.
him hard. They just do not hit him.
Well, what I'm wondering actually is not that he may actually be a very accurate pitcher. I'd have to watch him pitch, but maybe this is a situation where he knows his strengths, he knows his weaknesses, and he nibbles. And he knows that it is better to just stay on the edges and miss a few bats and say, you know what, the 3-hitter in the lineup, I'm just going to hope he whiffs. I'm not going to give him anything to hit.
But he's in the 7th percentile in walk percentage. So
no,
he's
what I'm saying is like maybe he's got such a low walk percentage because he knows he can't challenge big time hitters. So he just says, I'll nibble here and then I'll attack on the edges.
Well, it doesn't seem to be working.
Well, because he doesn't get barreled, he doesn't have a hard hit, and he has a great average exit velo, which tells me that he's jamming a lot of guys. He's getting them at the end of the zones. Like, I don't know.
But wouldn't you imagine that generates a lot of ground balls? And he's in the 9th percentile of ground ball. It makes no sense, dude.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for this game.
I can't wait to see it. I think he just like gets exclusively pop-ups. I don't know what is going on. He made it up because he's the greatest pop-up guy of all time. And that, as I'm looking at it, might actually be the case.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you're a 26th rounder drafted number 766 overall, you may just have to get a little creative.
Yeah, I'm the pop-up guy. I'm our new pop-up specialist.
Dude, he's drafted in the 26th round. That's hilarious. That round doesn't even exist anymore.
No, at the time it did. That was awesome.
I'm trying to find his
arm slot is really weird. He's at a 20-degree arm angle.
Air percentage, fly balls plus line drives plus pop-ups is 67%. I wish I could look. Oh, okay, wait. Flare / burn. So under 35.3% of the time. Oh, that's actually career. This year it's 36.9. So those are flyouts and pop-ups. Yeah, I don't get this guy at all. It's just going to be must-watch 9:40 p.m. television.
Yeah. Oh, God. I didn't even mention
the whole series,
start
by the way.
times.
Yeah, 9:40
The whole series
across.
is 9:40.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to be positive here and say it could be worse. It could be 10-10. So that is Scott.
Yeah.
I fucked up, man. This is my first pitching preview back in a while, but I fucked up, man.
How?
This is a 4-gamer.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I'm
I'm gonna be honest with you. would not have known that. Well, it's a Sonny
God
Gray versus
damn.
a TBD in Game 4, so
Yeah.
How
about this? Sonny Gray. He's really good. TBD. Tori Belinsky Dinkins. It's double dink donk at the park day at Sutter Health Donk Park. Watch them dink Duncan's donks all over this dink. Only on Nesson.
good to know you still got it.
Yeah, I still got my fastball.
Unlike Jacob Lopez, am I right?
I don't know. I
Well,
don't
he
know.
doesn't
This
throw
might be the
hard.
best it's ever looked.
Yeah, it's true too, and it'd be the first it's ever looked in our eyes, and probably his first game on national television. They obviously don't record these Sacramento games, I assume.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. This is going to be the first time a camera has been there. So that's going to be big news for them. That might make it to the newspaper. So look out, people might show up to watch.
Okay, this is a major league pitcher that has thrown his changeup 112 times. I need you to guess what his batting average is against his changeup. Keep in mind, this is a major league pitcher.
How many times has he thrown? 116 times?
112.
112. I'm going to say batters are hitting 371.
That would be insane, given the fact that you have a scouting department and that it is his fourth best pitch, or fourth most frequent pitch. So why would you ever throw it if you have a 370 batting average against?
Yeah,
it's 481 though. It's 481.
I knew you were going to say 4. I knew it was going to start with a 4. 481 is so funny. 481 is so funny.
That's a 50-50 shot. That ball is going to go for a hit.
Yeah.
When
Maybe
you're
take
about
it easy.
to throw it. And you think, I guess I respect him just going up there throwing 50-50 balls and just being like, whatever, I throw 90 miles an hour. What am I
Who
supposed to
gives
do?
a shit?
I'm in Sacramento. I'm in the big leagues, but at a minor league park. We don't even have a full name. We're just the Athletics.
Yeah. Which is also hardly even a name to begin with.
Yeah. Which we've actually done we've done a full breakdown of this on this show, by the way. I don't know if you remember that with the elephant
did
and
we?
all the yeah, we did. It was a Philly.
That sounds like us, yeah.
Yeah, we did a full thing.
Our name is just the Athletics. What is that?
Yeah.
What is that?
It's a good thing he's got that cutter at a 311 batting average against. I will say his slider, he throws it basically a third of the time, and it's a 193 batting average. And a 166 expected. So watch out. Just don't swing at the slider.
Don't swing at the slider, and do not miss Game 3 of this series.
And if you're on the team, don't miss the changeup it seems like you're not going to, for the record.
No,
but
I don't think they're gonna. Yeah, so make sure you tune into that one. That's going to be honestly like what I watch for is that Wednesday night game now. The battle of the left-handed dudes with white guy first names and Hispanic surnames who were born in California in the late 90s who stand about 6'4" and underwent Tommy John surgery in the early 2020s who are now pitching on their second major league team after moving coast to coast. That's going to be sick. I can't wait for that. I do feel bad for Peyton Tolley. I always feel bad for like a young guy who goes through his first team breakup. You know?
Yeah. I hear you.
And it does happen. So he will get the start in the series opener against Jack Perkins. Do you want to do the Empty Brain Thought song or do you want to sing it?
I'm good.
You don't want to do the singing?
Can I just say, this is my...
You were saying?
You just sent this show's trust back about 6 months. I want you to know that. I thought you were afraid to do it because you took you were worried about copyright strikes. And now
I made that song. That's me singing.
I understand that, but you still said it. You still had it in your head. May I just say, I watched a monetized clips of multiple press conferences and then Nesson post-game shows. And I don't understand how that's okay, but if you play a song from like 1961 for like 4 seconds, they'll be like, whoa, copyright.
Whoa. Or how about that time we showed an 8-second clip of the game while we were talking about the game, and they were like, hey, you can't use that. That's copyright. And we were like, no. We were doing commentary on it. And they were like, we'll take a look at it. And then they came back and they're like, no, you weren't.
Yeah, people do react videos where they show an entire music video and they play it, and then just every 4 seconds they'll go, ooh.
Yo.
Oh, I like that. I like the chorus. And
dude,
like
the
that's
react,
fine.
the videos where people like pretend that like they're hearing Fleetwood Mac for the first time or something. They'll be like, my first time hearing a One Direction song. I'll go like, damn, that's actually pretty good. Wow.
And that's
Fuck you
okay.
guys.
That's fair use.
Fair use.
But like, how did they even, good for the algorithm for being able to detect that 1 second clip that did not have audio, by the way, but somehow can't get an entire post-game show, which I would think that would be a lot easier because of the audio, but whatever.
Neither here nor is it there, and certainly might be anywhere. I'll tell you something, dude. They optioned Chang. We talked about it a little bit. Thank you for your service. Damn, I'll never forget that one catch off the Chapman heater that extended the streak.
He also had I think it was a sack fly to lead to Duran's walk-off or something. That was involved in the streak. He actually did have some moments. He played like 11 games, but he had some real moments.
Yeah. Mainly defensively, but yeah. He absolutely did. So
I said no joke aside.
No joking here. No joking aside.
Not all jokes aside, I said no joke aside.
No jokes are being set aside here. This is all jokes. Here's, you know what else is no joke, son? Is that Marcelo Maya's hitting off a tee. Check that out.
Pretty cool.
Which is news because nobody's doing anything. Garrett Crochet is not throwing. Roman Anthony, they said, don't ever pick up the bat ever again, they said. And then Tristan Cassis, his knee injury, good. His hip or rib or shoulder, whatever was going on.
And oblique.
It's good. His wrist, not good, not swinging. Not swinging. Not touching a bat.
It's his third injury this year. It's funny you even him, Tanner Houck, and Cutter Crawford. When you bring them up, it's like, oh yeah, that's right.
And they're like
weird
pieces of this team. You know what I mean?
They
help define who this team is to me.
Well, in 2024 they did.
Well, just you wait. Franklin Arias promoted to Worcester. Justin Gonzalez served his suspension, and then he hit a bomb when he came back. He's
walk-off, I believe.
Yeah, it was. I think it was. Yeah, big bomb left field, big boy, big bomb. That's all I got. Scott, what do you want to get out of your brain, man? Get it out. Well, you still can.
What was that? I didn't like that look. I didn't like the way you said that. I didn't like the face you made.
Because you still can. Can you or can you not?
I can.
Good. Then do it while you still can.
Okay. There was a Chad Tracy quote where he said that there were 2 sacrifice bunts in game 3 that were initiated by the player. They were not calls from the dugout. They just chose to do that. And I think the important thing about that, this is going to sound super dumb. Every single player, it was written out as simply as, hey, if you bunt in this situation, it will then lead to winning the game later. They would do it, right? But they care about winning. But I think this winning streak is, and again, as dumb as this sounds, has made these guys realize how fun it is to win and how much that should be the priority. And I think when you start thinking like that, you go from like when you're up to bat, you have to make choices, right? If you're not given a signal. And before it's like, I want, first of all, this is a business, right? Getting hits leads to money directly.
Sure.
But being able to be in the game and be like, you know what? Bunting this guy over gives us a better chance of winning this game. No one's telling me to do it, but I actually think if I do this right now, our odds of winning will go up. And that I'm going to make that the focus over like, hey, I want to have a big moment right now, or I want to drive in the guys. I want to be the one to get RBIs. Pretty cool that the team is at the point where guys like Carlos Narvaez, who is a bench guy. I mean, now I don't know if he was one of the two. He was one of the ones that bunted. I don't know if that was the call signal or not, because I believe there's 3 bunts and 2 of them were, on their own. But like, I imagine if a guy like that who hasn't played in a week is just like, I got 3 at bats this week. I'm trying to figure out my career, and I'm just like, I'm gonna drop this down right now because it's the right thing to do. Teams, the percentage.
Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I don't think it's that crazy to be like, this has had an effect on them, and the desire to keep it going and keep the momentum rolling, keep the good vibes rolling. We're all in this together. We're playing this unselfish style of baseball together. I think it absolutely can penetrate a whole, whatever team, clubhouse.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think.
Why did you word it like that?
Right. I don't know why.
Why'd you make me say it like that?
I don't know why I put you in a position to say that. And that wasn't.
Why? I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you, man. But why did you make me say it like that? God, man. Show's fucked
Thank
up.
you.
What's next on your thing, man?
That's my thing.
That's it?
That's all I got.
Guys, follow us on the socials at ITM_pod. You can follow me at Joey Copponi. You can follow him at Scott Neville 46. Just like the percentage that I like this trade right now. God bless Connelly Early. God bless Curtis Mead. God bless Craig Breslow. And God bless the United States of America. And the Boston Red Sox. And me. And you, too. Listening at home. And following us on YouTube. Subscribe.
And follow on YouTube.
Same thing. Subscribe. It's the same exact thing. For Scott Neville, I'm Joey Copponi. Go Sox, kid.